And I'm Heather Branch here with Abe asking for his insight on the things you can be working on now as you get closer to your retirement goal line. And you want to make sure that you've got yourself financially set up to be as best prepared as possible for the years ahead. What's hopefully going to be some great years, some memory making years, some years of a little R&R after 10, 20, 30, however many years you've been working.
Yes.
For the man, for
A
somebody
long
else.
time.
Or maybe for yourself. Gosh, small business owners, speaking to you, Abe, you can attest that can be the biggest drain
Oh, yeah.
for anybody.
Demanding, for sure.
And when it comes to your retirement years, of course, Abe and his entire team at Abish Financial Services are here to help you create that plan so that you know that you've got things like proper income streams set up, proper health care plans put in place, proper tax and legacy plans. There's a lot to get together, but Abe and his team are here to help you do just that. TheRetirementKey.com is where you can go to start your own conversation with Abe and his team. We also have links posted in the show notes, or again, find us at TheRetirementKey.com. So we were exchanging emails, and I was like, how are you doing? What's going on today? And you realize, bloody hot outside. So aside from sweating to death, how else are you?
Doing great.
This fine summer day.
It's been really hot here in the DC metro area. So sometimes, if you're going to be outside, you just want to be in the pool. And we've done had some pool action. We like getting on our scooters, play pickleball. We love playing pickleball when it's not really, really hot out.
Right.
Getting some golf in. Some family time. We've been at the beach recently. So
you went to Charleston recently.
Yeah. We love the Isle of
Shelley's
Palms,
parents. Charleston,
South Carolina area, and just having a great summer so far.
It's summertime. That's what it's all about, getting out and enjoying it and enjoying the hopefully not too hot weather, but the nice weather of the summer days that we all look forward to. So something else this time of year that we all look forward to is our big Independence Day celebration. Happy birthday to our country and to all the freedoms that we love to celebrate every single year.
Amen.
That comes with all the celebrations and songs and fireworks and barbecues and hanging out with friends and family and all these kinds of things. But the whole idea of independence is actually something that plays a big part in the conversation that you have every single day in the office, Abe, because when it comes to independence can be applied to so many ways in our life. But when you think about the idea of financial freedom, financial independence, that really is goals for all of us in our working years, but especially in our retirement years. So the idea of financial independence, obviously we strive for it year round, not just around the 4th of July. But thinking about it in your workspace, is it the same as retirement? And if there's a difference, how do you bridge that gap?
Yeah, great question, Heather. Yeah, the biggest difference between financial independence and retirement is that with the concept of retirement, it's centered around no longer working a certain kind of job, right? In contrast, financial independence is based on having sufficient residual income. So someone could be 35 or 40 years old and be financially independent if they had a lot of money, right? And that income covered all of their expenses, so they didn't need to work again. Well, someone's financially free. Someone's financially independent. Many people who are financially independent are also retired, and at the same time, someone can be financially independent and still choose to work or earn money if they choose to, right? And so living off your savings and taking income and distributions off of your retirement and financial independence are typically two different things. Primarily because the savings that people have saved for their retirement will only last typically for a period of time. Now, we try to have that savings last over someone's lifetime, which is what most people want. Most people don't want to run out of money at 80 or 90. Most people want to have it last. A lot of people want to have it pass on to their loved ones, kids and grandkids. But those are the main differences. And so you can have both. And a lot of our clients have both, where they're able to retire, stop working the job, stop working for the man, and have enough money to cover all the expenses and have that last for a lifetime and be financially independent while retired. Some of our clients are financially independent well before they retire. And as I just kind of mentioned, they choose to continue to work because they love to work and they love what they do. And they want to be busy. They want to stay active. They want to stay mentally sharp. It's not a stress. They're not commuting for, 2, 3, 4 hours like a lot of people do in the Northern Virginia, DC metro area. I was just talking to a client recently and he said, sometimes, Abe, I get stuck on the highway and sometimes it takes 4 to 6 hours to get there and back, I mean, that is just insane. And that can really drain your energy and be stressful. So
Yeah.
these are all things that we want to consider as we're approaching retirement, because we want to have the best years in front of us, right? We want to have those go-go years when we're active and healthy and able to move around and travel and do all that we want to do, be healthy enough to do that mentally and physically, so we can enjoy it. We just had a couple call in and come into the office who's been listening to the show for years. They're both around 60. They're business owners like Shelly and I are. They've got about $1.5 million saved. They're a 7 risk on our risk scale of 1 to 10, so they're able to have more in the markets than out. They're retiring.
What is that 7 from 1 to 10? That means they're about 70% invested in the market.
Exactly, 70% market based, and they're really saying to us, Abe, of the $1.5 million that we have saved now, we'd like to, to be much more safely invested with the other 30%. So it's not all in stocks, in other words, right? If you're a 10, you're probably not going to work with us because you can handle a 30 to 40% loss. Yeah. And I'll tell you, none of our clients could handle a 30 to 40% loss without breaking down our doors here at Average Financial.
Right.
No one wants to deal with that kind of loss in retirement because it could be devastating and it's absolutely unnecessary for most people in retirement. Okay. So they're business owners, and their main problem, Heather, was that they have this bucket of money. They're going to be working another 5 to 10 years. They should be able to retire. They should also be financially independent too, because they're working on getting the business to that point. But they're not prepared for retirement. And in other words, this $1.5 million is just strictly equities, all growth focused funds. And even though they're 5 to 10 years away from retiring, they wanted to start chipping away and getting out in front of the future, be proactive with the money that they've saved. They're business owners, so they have a lot of different variables that are thrown in the mix that our clients that are not business owners don't have. Yeah. And they're all at a big box investment firm. And if I said the name, everyone would know who the name is. And there's nothing wrong with the firm. This firm has helped them to grow their money. But this couple also sees that in addition to growing my money, I also need to start setting it up for retirement income. So when I pull the trigger and retire, I know exactly what I can expect for income from my portfolio. And along the way, in addition to growth, I want to start protecting my life savings from all the things like higher taxes that can mess it up. So taxes were top of mind for this couple. Being business owners are making a lot of money. They have a lot of deductions available as business owners. Okay. And so the solution for them was to start putting together a phase 2 plan. We started with their income plan. Then we started with an appropriate allocation for phase 2 as they're transitioning into phase 2. Then tax planning. So the gentleman had a lot of questions around Roth 401k conversions. Some plans offer those now, some plans don't. Right. We also had questions around, should I be contributing to my 401k Roth? If we're going to do a Roth conversion and start strategic tax planning, Abe, how much should I consider converting into my Roth IRA? How much should I consider shifting from my pre-tax bucket into my post-tax bucket? Because when I retire, even though I expect to have a good bit of money saved, I don't want it all be in the pre-tax bucket, right? Right. Because then we're sitting on tax risk there if taxes go up, which they probably will. Right. So the solution for them was a tax mapping report and analysis along with the income plan and new investment plan as a plan for phase 2. So if you sound like this couple from Gainesville, Virginia, you say, Abe, we're business owners, or maybe you're not business owners, you're just concerned about starting to prepare plans for your transition into phase 2. Questions about tax, the right allocations to your portfolio, generating income in retirement, go to the retirementkey.com. Click on the Contact Us tab at the top of that page, and we can begin to have conversations with you about all of these retirement matters as well.
We also have links posted in the show notes, so you can just click there if that's more convenient, or again, find us anytime at theretirementkey.com. All right, thinking about our financial independence, obviously want to achieve that by the time we hit retirement. So we spend our working years earning and saving and socking away. And for Abe, so many Americans, that includes saving to our 401k. It's one of the biggest assets that a lot of people have as they head into retirement. But I read this article talking about how apparently we're also making the same mistakes with our 401ks over and over again. So I just wanted to ask you, what mistakes do you commonly see? And more importantly, how can we work to stop making them?
Yeah, Heather, here's the biggest difference in between managing your own 401k and having a financial professional that's doing this every day manage your 401k. And that option is getting professional help and kind of controlling more of the variables by having the money managed versus hoping you're picking the right funds in the plan and hoping that it all works out over the next 5 to 10 years, let's say, right? So not getting professional help is, I think, the biggest difference, but getting a little more specific, not rebalancing your 401k, right? You may have a desired 60-40, the typical 60-40 allocation, or desired 70-30 allocation. And then if the markets are up, which they've been up and on a tear and hitting all-time highs numerous times in 2024, if you don't look at what you're invested in by the end of the year and rebalance, then your allocations could get out of whack. And instead of being a 70-30, you could be an 80-20. Or instead of staying at the desired 60-40 portfolio, you could be a 70-30 and be taking on more risk than you desire to. Relying only on target date funds, those 2020, 2030, 2040, 2050 funds in your plan. We call them lazy couch potato funds oftentimes because they're just not going to be as precise as, again, having a managed portfolio. And a managed portfolio might not be right for you at this time, but if you're getting closer and closer to retirement and you want to control more of all those variables, the risk, the fees, the allocations, and that's exactly where good, sound financial professional advice from a fiduciary retirement planning firm can really help. We just had a couple call in and come in from Alexandria, Virginia with $2 million. They're retiring next year, just 12 months away. A 5 on our risk scale, so they're middle of the road investors. No professional help on their life savings, no plan for income. And when we ran all the math, Heather, we found out that in 1 year, they're $5,000 a month short from what they need. So their Social Security and pensions get them to a certain number. I think it was around $120,000 a year of guaranteed income, but they needed about $160,000 to $170,000 to live comfortably. In other words, they were $5,000 a month short without plans, not knowing how to create this shortfall in just 12 months. So naturally, they call in and come in and they're like, Abe, we're 12 months away. We need a plan. We know that we have an issue here. We realize kind of what we have and what we need, and we just don't know how to turn our life savings into income. This is one of the biggest things people tell us when they come in. And because over 90% of our industry, Heather, focuses on phase one and the growth and accumulation of your money versus income and protection, most people are lost when it comes to distributions and turning your life savings into income. Most people are lost. And so people need sound financial advice from a fiduciary retirement planning firm in phase two on RMDs and income and distributions and all these things. That's what we excel in. That's what the strength of our firm is. We are a phase two fiduciary retirement planning income and distribution firm that helps people get the money that they want and need, right? Versus telling them, work longer, Heather, work longer. You should just work another 5 years. Forget taking money out of your portfolio.
That's not the advice we're looking for.
Just work another 3 to 5 years. You never want to touch your money. Well, wait a minute. You're not talking to the right advisory firm. If those are the answers you're getting, and believe it or not, that's what we hear our competition is saying. Work longer. Don't touch your money. Are you kidding me? You've worked 30 to 40 years to get here, and now you're telling, the client that they shouldn't get their hands on their own monies? Quite the opposite. So if you sound like this couple in Alexandria, Virginia, and you say, you know what, Abe, I've got 401ks everywhere. I've got a TSP or 403B. I've got a big bucket. My bucket's getting bigger. It's up to 2 or 3 million. The markets have hit all-time highs. My values have hit all-time highs, and I need help. People say buy low and sell high. I want advice on how to turn this thing into income that I can depend on. Go to our website, theretirementkey.com. Click on the Contact Us tab at the top of the page, and we can begin to have conversations about your 401k accounts as well.
We also have links posted in the show notes, so you can just click there, or again, visit us anytime at theretirementkey.com.